In this short tutorial, I'm going to show you how to complete the exercise that's associated with the topic Color Part 2 models or color models. So the first thing you have to do is read through the material to understand what the various different color models are. And the link to that reading can be found in this week's topic. Okay, so you're going to read about additive color, RGB, subtractive color, which is CMYK, LAB color, which is the visible light spectrum. And when you get to the end, I have an exercise listed. You're going to click here to download the AI start file for your color model comparison chart. And what it looks like is this. Okay, so this is your color model comparison chart. And it's looks very similar to your color harmony studies, and there's a reason for it. This is actually going to be an extension where you're going to learn about the colors that you selected and compare the various models for the colors you chose. So I'm going to show you, this is the end result of the example I'm going to show you. I know this might look kind of complicated now, but it's going to make sense as I walk you through this. What you're going to do for each color rule that you provided is copy over the swatches into this new file. So you're going to open up your color harmony study. This is the color harmonies. And I'm going to take a quick pause right here to remind you that for each one of these studies, you're going to need to include a certain number of swatches. For example, in order to prove an analogous color theme, there should be a minimum of 3 colors to show that they are side by side. For the complementary, there should be a minimum of 2 swatches listed to show that they are opposite colors on the color wheel. Triad means 3, so there should be a minimum of the 3 triadic colors in your example, not 3 colors where 2 come from one end of the triad and 1 from the other. Each color should represent one prong of that triad. Monochromatic should have a lighter shade, the base color, and a darker shade. And shades should include the base color plus one at minimum of 1 darker color. Your split complementary should include 3 colors, 1 from the main complement and 2 colors from the split complement. Okay? So with that explanation in hand, from my analogous example here, I'm going to select all 3 of these swatches by shift clicking, shift click, shift click, shift click, shift click. And I'm going to copy these by going up to Edit, Copy. And now I'm going to come back over to my model comparisons. And I'm going to turn off, and I'm going to go into the demo mode. And what I'm going to say here is Edit, Paste in Place. When you edit, paste in place, okay, it's telling me that my layer is hidden because I don't have the eyeball on. So I'm going to actually turn it on and now say File or Edit, Paste in Place. Paste in Place pastes the objects from the exact same position from where you took them. And that's convenient because it means we don't have to move anything around. Okay. With my 3 colors, I'm going to locate the base color. Your base color hopefully is the first swatch. That makes it easier. But you're going to have to identify the base color because that's the color we're going to create the column 2 from, which is the model comparison. So with this base color selected, I'm going to use my toolbar and see, I can see that that color is selected. If I double click, it brings up what's called the color picker. And as you can see, there is an awful lot of information here, but it's information that should be relevant to you after the reading. because it displays the HSB values, the RGB values, which are the additive model, and the CMYK values, which is subtractive or pigment-based. It also has the gamut. It's either in gamut or out of gamut. And if it's out of gamut, it means that that color is not able to be reproduced from the subtractive color model or using ink. In this case, I'm not out of gamut. So we're going to take a screenshot, Command-Shift-4, of this, because we're going to place this screenshot in our document. So I know that it's saved to my desktop. And by the way, while I'm here, before I leave, I'm going to show you what an out of gamut color would look like. Notice when I reach these outer parameters where the saturation is high and the brightness is high, I get this little warning symbol. This is the out of gamut warning. It means, hey, the color you're picking can't be reproduced using ink. And the way that you correct it is you click, and it has now been auto-corrected to be an in gamut color. Okay, so I'm going to say OK here. And I'm going to place that screenshot in this document. So I'm going to say File, Place, navigate to my desktop, find the screenshot, place it, and I want you to place it right on top of the color rule in column 1 itself. I don't want you to erase the color rules because I want you to have those left as a reference point. So I'm just going to put it right on top. And I need to zoom in so I can read those values. So in my case, I'm just going to draw a marquee of around what I want to zoom in on. I'm going to move my toolbar. Okay, now under HSB value, I can see here that my HSB degree on the circle, on the color circle, the hue is at 357 degrees. So I'm going to, right next to the H, say 357. And the symbol for degree is Option Shift number 8. So I'm going to write 357 degrees on the color wheel, comma, space, under saturation, I'm going to write 86%. It's 87% saturated. And under brightness, it says 89. It's 89% bright. And remember, these are percentages. From 0 to 100, it's at 89%. Okay. The next color, so this is the hue, saturation, and brightness model. The next model, which is also light-based, is RGB, or additive light. And RGB has values from 0 to 255, and the red value is 228, comma, space. The green value is at 30, so there's 30 green light values in there. And the blue is 38. So I'm going to say 38. And CMYK, which is the subtractive or pigment-based value, it's got 4% cyan, 100% magenta, 100% yellow, and 0 black. And I can say that this is not out of gamut because I don't see the out of gamut warning. However, if it was out of gamut, what I then would want you to do is go in to back into the color picker. So I'm going to show you an example. So I'm going to come back into the color picker and I'm just going to find an out of gamut warning. There we go. And when you click on the color, I want you to make a notation of the CMYK corrected gamut values. Okay, so in this case, it would be 0, 99, 80, and 0. That it corrected the color to be back in gamut. Okay, so with that being said, I think you're ready to get started. Again, when you're done with all of these, remember we're only matching or identifying the color models for the base color for each color rule. When you're done, you're going to say File, Save, of course, and save this into your folder. And then you're going to File, Save again, or Save As, and make sure that you save it as an Adobe PDF. Okay? And that's the file that you're going to upload to the assignment link.